Let's learn formatting in Python. You see, Python is having two different, Python 2 is having old syntax where if you wanted to format a string, hello, hello, welcome to, and we used to use these format specifiers that are percentage %s, percentage %d, percentage %f, and the percentage symbol is used to fill these format specifiers with the values. Robert. Okay, but Python 3, there was the new syntax was introduced where you can, instead of using Python string, is having different methods. One of the method is format. That method can be used to format the string, which in other words, format string means fill in the blanks or fill the placeholders, or perform operations like center the string, add a padding, or justify the string, left justify, right justify. Such operations can be performed with the syntax, new syntax. That is what we are going to review it now. Where with the new syntax, you can have a string s equal to, for suppose, define hello, welcome to, and so this is a string, right? So with the new syntax, you can use format string and pass uh, arguments to fill in these blanks. How many blanks you have? We may call them as blanks or placeholders. How many placeholders you have? We can define placeholders using curly braces, and these curly braces can empty curly braces can be used in such a case. These are filled with the order of the arguments that we pass to the format, the order in which arguments are passed in the format. Otherwise, we can actually fill these placeholders out of the order by actually giving the position explicitly with the specifying the index of the argument, or we can use named parameters. So check this one. If I pass, okay, Bruce, check this one. This one string is formatted by filling that placeholder. Okay, so hello world, hello, colors are, let's pass, okay, format I can give red, blue, green. But you can take out, if you use these empty braces, these placeholders are filled in the same way the arguments are passed in the order arguments are passed. You can take away, you can actually, you can choose to fill these placeholders out of the order by specifying the index. Yeah, but you can't mix these empty placeholders and positional placeholders, because Python can't choose what to fill in the middle if you take out of the order, right? So, and what happens if you add another thing, if you give if you try to use index which is greater than the number of arguments that are passed, you will get error. Okay, and there is one thing, okay, this thing we need to remember: we can't switch from automatic field number into manual. So which means that you can't switch between empty placeholders and using either position or a named. See, another one is you can have this 0. Another thing is I can choose to, these are called keyword arguments, where you can color 2 equal to, yeah, let's put X and Y. Okay. Sorry. These are called keyword arguments. Okay. Now, can you see replacing index 2 out of range for positional arguments? Because how many positional arguments have we passed here? Only one. Okay, remaining are keyword. Okay, that is the reason we don't have a 2. I can use X or Z. Z is a key error. Why? Because that is not passed. Y, we can usually use X and Y. But 0 is working. Why? Because we have only one positional argument, which is 0. Okay, if I use 1, that would be an error. Okay, and one thing you can use here with this formatting, we can use colon and we can apply other formatting rules, such as if you want to pad hash and justify it with the right justify and reserve 30. Okay, so which means that it reserves the 30 characters. It reserves the string of 30 characters for this one, and it pads the string with the hash since it is right justified. Okay, and you know it right justify and pay, and at the rightmost it fills that fills the value from the rightmost. Okay, if it is left justified, you see this one, you have the red here. Okay, and this can be also center justified using caret. And you can actually for suppose you have X and you use 2, this is actually truncating the string. Okay, it is taking only 2 values. Sorry, not 2 values, here 2 characters or 2 elements. Yeah, and this is how we can actually justify fill in those blanks using this syntax. And you can, for suppose if you have a total price, okay, this can be filled with for suppose 23 point, sorry, you can fill this thing dot format of 23 or of point, you gave this thing, but you want here only hello, yeah, if you want here only 2 decimals, in such a case 2f you can use. Sorry, that you have to specify the colon. Okay, so here you can use this colon. Before colon we would use the index or a name. After colon we specify that formatting rules. Okay, the here instead of index we can use name, which means value, but here it is an error because I haven't passed the keyword argument. You see, it's working. This is about formatting and different and basically you can use the last but not least, you can pass dictionaries and other types as well. But suppose here if I pass name equal to Raj, age equal to 32. Okay, what I can do here, okay, so it is filling up whole dictionary. Let's do this one. Okay, here if I use, basically another thing you can do, sorry, Another thing is that, you see, if you use two curly braces, for suppose, what happens if you might want to intentionally need a curly braces in the string. In such a case, what you can do, in such a case, we can use double curly braces to, because if you use single curly braces, Python thinks of that as a uh, placeholder, but you don't, but your intention is to not to take it as a placeholder. So in such a case, what you have to do, we have to use double curly braces. So now let's pass this thing. Let's pass this thing as a variable, student. What you can do here, you can use student. If it is a student, you will get everything. And here, another thing, the best thing here in Python is that you can refer. Yeah. So what happened, you see? Okay, so you can, for a mapping types, you can refer those keys as well. Do you understand? So with the placeholders, with the new syntax, when formatting string, you are not limited to just you are not limited to use index and named parameters. You can also use, if it is a mapping data type, you can also particularly refer keys when formatting. Okay, and here, since I refer here, I am referring student of age is 32. Okay, and now again I can apply padding and all here. Okay, which is, let's star center justified and 32. You see, it is pretty powerful.